do, everybody? It's your boy King Crowder back again with another edition of History You May Not Know and Things That Are Not Taught in Detail for Show. Today's lesson, we're going to break it down. The great, iconic Henry Boyd. Henry Boyd was an enslaved man born April 17th, 1882, and he is the epitome of an American success story. From rags to riches, from enslavement to millionaire, Henry Boyd changed the America's woodworking, carpentry, and innovative industry. Did you know that Mr. Boyd was in charge of revolutionizing how we sleep on bed? He made the stipples. He made the woodworking. He lifted the bed off the ground and made the appeal look fancy. Did you know that the bedding style industry was started by how Mr. Boyd, imparted fabrics, how you sleep, and how you implement the styles that go on bedding? And also, did you know that Mr. Boyd invented the countertop? The countertop that we see in 7-Eleven, Walmart, any convenience store, butcher, anything, you must think of Mr. Boyd and why he made this image happen due to people coming in locations. Mr. Boyd is a true rags to riches story that was born into enslavement. He used to work multiple jobs as a child and growing up when he had multiple keystones growing up when he wanted to work himself out of slavery. At the age of 18, Mr. Boyd purchased his own freedom. Think about it for a second. This young man had the strong enough willpower as his self-preserving entrepreneur to purchase his things and make himself out of nothing. Mr. Boyd's talents began to go surpassing racism in that area. He was in Kentucky and moved to Cincinnati because it was better opportunities. Even though it was staunch racism during the nadir period in America, you could not get past using this young man's product. His woodworking and how he developed beds began to get him the number one manufacturer of handcrafted beds in this area. Mr. Boyd used the money from his beds and bought him a storefront. When he bought a storefront, he decided to hire his family members. Mr. Boyd also patented how things will be worked in this business. He made wood screws, and he made screw railings that go on the side and the bottom of the bed. Mr. Boyd was known as the Boyd Broadway above 8th Street, which he established a distinguished reputation as a higher-end, fashion, high-quality industry of the bedding market. Mr. Boyd developed the countertop as he began to work through other jobs just to have that separation from employees, people coming inside businesses. The countertops were used by Mr. Boyd because a lot of times people would come in, they needed to lean on things before they got their money out. Single-handedly, this young man revolutionized the retail and the modern bedding industry. Mr. Boyd was known as the one that put them all together by making it a sales tactic, training his people and educating those on why this industry was so flourishing. When this industry began to get flourishing, he began to finance and work hand in hand with abolitionists. He wanted to take blacks that were formerly in slavery and give them freedom just as he once did. Mr. Boyd hired at his peak almost 75 families of black American descent. Let's repeat that again. Mr. Boyd hired 75 Americans in their descent post from slavery. He was so successful that he became a main staple for hate crimes in the Ohio area. His businesses were burned down 3 times. And on the third and final time, the insurance company denied his claims, which he was forced not to reopen. Think about this for a second. This multi-millionaire's business was shut down because he was partially attacked from hate and Protestant crimes around his area. Mr. Boyd had to close down his carpentry business and make it an in-home service, which he ran almost up to in 1870s. Remember, the Civil War was going around this time, so he had to change his look from a more of a luxury type of lifestyle to more the wars going on this time. He was well known around his circle as to help black Americans, help them earn their freedoms, teaching them skilled trades, and was also very active in the Underground Railroad. Mr. Boyd began to get later on pass away around the later years of 1886, buried in a Springsteen cemetery at his hometown. Mr. Boyd was a man that believed in principle, life, and luxury. He is a true American icon and a true rag the riches story. Think about it. We never heard about this gentleman and how he revolutionized this country. But without Mr. Henry Boyd, who would know how the American betting or industry would be serviced today? Back again with the great inventor known as Henry Boyd and his great and phenomenal Rags to Riches story. I please hope you learned something today. Please make sure you comment, like, or subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you learned something about this true American success hero. It's your boy King Crowder. Checking out. Peace.